circumstances. It is revealed in the circumstances. You see, the first commandment in Matthew chapter 22 and verse number 37, taken from the Old Testament, the very first commandment was, "Thou shalt love the Lord thy God." Religion wants you to do. Know when to bow, know when to get up, know when to do whatever that particular religion tells you to do. You know what God wanted out of man? He wanted his heart. Wanted his heart. Man's heart has always been the problem. Man's heart has always been the crisis. The very thing that the Lord wanted, man would defiantly withhold. Man would just say, "My heart belongs to me, I give it to no other." And God would sit in heaven and say, "Yes, but I want your heart." And then He would step out of heaven in the body of the personage of Jesus Christ. He would show man what love was all about. God is love. I think it not strange that Solomon in the great book of Proverbs, he's writing to his son. His son is Rehoboam. Rehoboam made a lot of mistakes. Solomon made a lot of mistakes. But the very thing in Proverbs chapter 23 and verse 26, here's what Solomon says to his son. Here's what God says to his sons. "My son, give me thine heart." You know what God wanted out of Adam and Eve? He wanted their love. Did He give them things to do? Yes, He did. But He wanted their heart. He wanted their love. 2 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 15 says this, "But even unto this day when Moses is read," this is speaking of Israel, "the veil is upon their heart." Heart. For those first 17 years, first 20 years of my life, when my mother taught me to read before I was in kindergarten. By the time I was 5 years old and got into public school and in kindergarten, I could read probably well beyond my years. I had information. I even had information. I went to Sunday school. I had information about the Bible. I had information. Then I became a teenager in youth groups. I had information. I had facts and figures and ideas. But God didn't have my heart.